So what are these strange green lights which have appeared in the Burnley Tunnel? Well, they're there because most people aren't very good at a certain aspect of driving, and the lights are there to fix that problem. So if the Burnley Tunnel didn't exist, then instead of standing in this beautiful park, I'd be standing in the middle of a road. But tunnels do pose particular challenges for drivers. So let's start with some background. The Burnley Tunnel is located in Melbourne, Australia, and it goes underneath the city's central business district underneath the Yarra River, reaching a depth of 65 metres. It is 3.2 kilometres long, and the return tunnel to the main tunnel is 1.6 kilometres long. Construction of the tunnel started in 1996 and the first customer went through in December 2000. The tunnel is operated today by Transurban, and I'd like to thank them for their help with this video. Transurban's engineers told me that you could kind of think of the Burnley Tunnel as the Westgate Bridge, but inverted and made into a tunnel. Now, the problem characteristic of the Burnley Tunnel is that it's got steep entry and exit inclines, and today I'm told that you wouldn't design a tunnel with inclines anywhere near that steep. And it's those inclines which create a psychological problem for the drivers. Now I'm just about to enter the Burnley Tunnel, and Transurban tell me that people naturally slow down a little bit as they enter a tunnel because they are slightly nervous, and that can actually be measured, for example, just by slightly increased rates of heart rate or a slightly increased sweating. So as we go into the tunnel, no one seems to be slowing down too much, but I guess that's countered by the fact that it's actually downhill, and therefore the car will naturally pick up speed anyway. Now, what you want for an efficient traffic flow is vehicles moving at a constant speed. Now, when they enter the tunnel, there is a slight slowdown, but because it's downhill, no one is really going to slow down too much. It's what happens when people exit the tunnel is the problem. Now, I'm in 6th gear in my car. I'm just lightly touching the brakes to make sure I don't speed. And now we're just starting to level out, but the tunnel doesn't really look or feel that much different. And it's kind of hard, unless you're actually looking at the speedometer, to gauge exactly how far you're going. And if everyone else has slowed down, well, you probably naturally slow down to that sort of speed as well. Now we're going uphill, and you can see that we've got the green pacer lights. I'm a little bit under 80 kilometres an hour at the moment, so I'm not catching them up, unlike that ute. But the tunnel kind of feels the same as when I was going downhill and also along the flat. So here's the problem. People are naturally nervous in a tunnel anyway, even if they don't really feel it, and that tunnel doesn't really give you much of an indication whether you're going uphill or downhill, so you start to slow down. Now, if you slow down by 2 kilometres an hour, the car behind slows down by 4, the car behind that slows down by 6, and before you know it, everything has pretty much come to a halt, or at least slowed down. Now, that's a problem because everyone uses more fuel, they take more time to get to their destination, there's more chance of a crash, and even Transurban have to spend more money on running their extractors to get rid of the exhaust gases, and then the walls become dirtier. There's just nothing good out of people slowing down, going up a hill and causing congestion. So there's all sorts of good reasons to keep traffic flowing at a constant, preferably fast speed, up to the speed limit of 80 km an hour, and that is where the pacer lights come in. They are designed for people to drive to the speed to match those lights. The speed of the lights will be 80 km an hour as a maximum, that's the speed limit, and it can go as low as 35 km an hour, and the lights might move up to 15 km per hour faster than the prevailing traffic flow. Exactly what speed the lights move at is driven by lots of factors. There's a pretty sophisticated traffic management system, there's occupancy sensors, vehicle speed sensors, and more, all goes into figuring out the speed of the lights. So the pacemaker lights are there to prevent or reduce the speed drop on tunnel exit. They improve traffic flow, reduce the chances of a crash, reduce congestion, and if there is congestion, then it can be recovered more quickly. It should save motorists both time and money, and it should save Transurban money as well, and it should reduce fuel consumption. So this system isn't the first one in the world. There's similar systems in Japan and Turkey, but this one is the most advanced in the world, and it's right here in Melbourne, Australia, right underneath where I'm standing at the moment. So I hope you found this video interesting. If you've got any questions, please drop them in the comments, and thanks for watching.